Hi, this is Portia. It's been way too long since I've recorded a video. You always think about the steps you need to take. Oh, I have to come up with a nice title, and then I have to create this layout and pretty words, and what if I make mistakes? And this is how you end up not producing content for months. So I'm here today just getting out of my head, and I'm just going to talk to you about a few things that have been on my mind recently. I'm actually in the parking lot. I commute pretty early to school, and I just had a lot of thoughts on my commute today. So I put up an Instagram story and then decided that I also wanted to put one up on YouTube. So of course now is the time that people are walking by and making noise. Oh well. So here we go. The first thing is I have been on this weight loss journey since about December 7th. I actually started on a cruise ship, if you can believe that. I was on a cruise for 2 weeks. And the first thought that I had was I'm either going to lose weight on this cruise or I'm going to gain it, one or the other. And so what I decided to tell myself was, you're around food 24 hours a day here. You can get absolutely anything that you want. So there is no worry about accessing food. If you're hungry, you can always go back and get more. And so each morning I would get up really early and I would grab coffee, actually with sugar and sweetener and all of that. And I would get a light breakfast, just put a few things on my table. And if I didn't want them, I left them there. And I would come back hours later for a little more food. And then hours later, I would make a lunch, and it was maybe a salmon salad. I just made it really nice and pretty, and pretty much had not too much to eat in the afternoon because I was doing things. It wasn't that I was trying to stay away from food, but I was constantly finding things to do, whether it was reading a book or playing trivia or competing on their game show, a singing competition, Bible study. Yeah, we had Bible study on the cruise. I always had things to do. And so by the time I came to dinner, we were at the late sitting. I really didn't need that much more food for the night, but I always had the dessert if it looked good and I enjoyed it. Well, fast forward 2 weeks, and I've been walking everywhere, whether we're in port or on the ship. I've lost 3 pounds. And so I came home and thought, if I could do that on a ship, what have I learned about myself and my relationship with food, and how can I continue to maintain that? So didn't pay too much attention to what I was eating, just maybe being more aware of my satiety. When was I full? When was I comfortable? And I noticed that I stopped eating out of stress or, emotions, like emotions or boredom. To be fair, I was on vacation, so I had a lot less stress, but I think that I still could have made up a reason to eat if I wanted to. So then I got sick. I had like the back-to-back flu-cold combo for about 4 weeks, and I thought, okay, I lost weight because I was sick. I'm probably going to gain it back. Well, I didn't. I gained maybe a pound. And so at this point, I was down about 10 or 12 pounds and said, oh, okay, I think we're doing this. And so I started working with a trainer, and it was a really great opportunity to get out, to get pushed, to see what I was capable of. What I didn't expect was that this chronic fatigue that I've been dealing with for years, I always want to tell myself it's not real, that it's like, oh, I used to deal with that. And you should see how it is when you talk to doctors about it. They don't want to acknowledge it as real. So it's not really too far-fetched for a patient to have that same feeling. So I was really shocked when I started to have a fatigue response, and I felt frustrated because I'm thinking, here I am ready to push and give myself my all. Why won't my body let me? And I basically had to relearn what it means to exercise with fatigue, and that you can really, shock your system and it will not recover as quickly as someone else might. In fact, you can do damage. So now I am definitely being more careful of what I eat. We made some great changes to my diet. I'm learning to trust myself with the tweaks to that. And, watching my protein intake, not super high, but definitely enough for me to be leaning towards building muscle mass and not just losing muscle. Keep an eye on my calories according to my body weight and my ideal weight, but definitely not wanting to starve myself. And then the other part is light cardio. I love doing these dance videos with Kiara Lachey. She has great ones on her channel. She has some that she's put on Pop Sugar, and I recently bought both of her DVDs. So I really love doing those, and you can spend anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes and just have an amazing time dancing, and also just taking walks. So both of these are amazing for my stress. They really help me get going in the morning, and that's what I'm trying to do. So all of this to say, that I'm a big proponent of self-care, and I have been talking the talk of I am going to lose this weight for a long time. I look at my family history and I know what will happen if I don't intervene. If I just eat what's around me and I eat for stress reasons and I'm sedentary because I'm on the computer all the time, I know what's waiting for me. So I am proud of myself because in 2018, without setting this big resolution to everyone, it wasn't about it being public. It was about me really giving myself some love and compassion and self-care and just being there for me. So I just wanted to kind of share that now. I'm down about 15 or 16 pounds right now, and I'm happy. I need to take it slowly, so I can't say that I'll be on here all the time going, hey, I lost another pound. Hey, I lost another pound, because it's not like that. You lose a pound and the next day you're like, oh, there it is. I found it. But the point is to have patience and to do this journey in a sustainable way so I can still enjoy life. And yeah, so that's, I guess, what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I just want you to think about what you can do for yourself when it comes to self-care. I know a lot of us act like we don't have the time for it, but I was on a Twitter chat yesterday with Chat Care. It's a local healthcare organization in San Gabriel Valley, and I'm working with them on one of my classes. So we did this Twitter chat, and I can't remember which, I think maybe it was My Food Diary. They tweeted and said, self-care is anything that you do to take care of your mental and physical health. And I just love that, because I talk about self-care so much and people trivialize it. They go, oh, it's getting your nails done or going to the spa. Well, I think that stuff is great, but it's not just, the luxuries. It's what are you doing holistically to look out for you so that you can show up in your life and you can be present and you can enjoy your life. You're not just moving through the motions. And I think a lot of us are scared to let ourselves actually feel that or to answer that question. So we hide behind, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. And self-care can just be, little things like, I'm going to sit here for a minute and practice mindfulness. I'm going to be present and watch what's around me, because in that moment, everything that I would have worries or anxiety about begins to fade away. And it can also be taking a walk through a park for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just start somewhere. Feeding your body with nourishing foods, noticing what actually makes your body feel good, not just the sugar or caffeine rush that we're looking for. And it can be getting rest. And this is something I'm honestly still working on, because I'll try to wind down at night and my body's like, hey, maybe you should check your phone for XYZ. So I get it. It's hard, but getting adequate rest will change your life. So these are things that I'm still working on, but I just want to help you get that dialogue started. And I hope that this video provided some encouragement to you. I'm not advocating changing your life overnight. I'm advocating finding little steps that you can start to take. And I hope that you will see so much good in your life coming from the decision to take good care of yourself. So that's all. Thanks for listening to this. And if you liked what you heard, please subscribe. Let me know what else you'd like for me to talk about. All right. Have a great day.